All right, g'day. Let's get into some more Dune Imperium Digital. I haven't been on in a week or so due to the holidays, so let's get back into it. Let's just see if we can get a game going. All right. Okay. Here we are. Right off the bat, we are in. Okay. Looks like we have a draft mode here. And I think I will be the last one to pick. So let me see. I'm guessing it's going to be one of these three available for me by the time the turn rolls around. We shall see. Let's take a look at the Imperium row. Liet Kynes, Bene Gesserit's sister, The Voice, Freeman Camp, and Gunthopter. Okay. Being last pick, I think that means I will be the first player. Okay, interesting. Let's go Baron. I haven't played the Baron in a while. And we're going to go Emperor and just for thematic reasons, let's go Spacing Guild. Let's team up with the Emperor and the Spacing Guild today. Okay. How are we looking here? Diplomacy, Signet Ring, Dagger. All right, let's do one of these. And do I want to deploy any troops right now? No. I'll have another opportunity when I go to Haga Basin. I can put in 2 troops if I want to. We'll see what everybody else does. I'm not going to be looking to win this conflict by the looks of things, which is fine. All right. Let's get some spicy spice. And I will deploy 1. See if we can get something out of it. Can't use the Signet Ring, unfortunately, but that's just how it's going to go. All right. 4 to spend. Let's make it a Freeman camp. I didn't really think too much about trying to get the Liet Kynes. I could have done it. I'm just opting instead to go for the sort of a standard opening, set myself up for Swordmaster next turn. Hey, Do Buddha. Yeah, thanks for watching. Merci beaucoup for watching the videos and for tuning in. Okay, good night. All right, well, it looks like my one troop is going to get me a water, which is nice. Okay, Guild Bank raid coming up. Solari to be had. Okay. So the play for me is sell Melange and then Swordmaster and then seek allies to somewhere. We'll see where. It might be Hardy Warriors. Okay, so unfortunately this player has already quit the game, which is pretty annoying. This is the person who started the game as well. All right, let's get that Swordmaster. Okay. Well, seeing that the strength is high here, actually it doesn't matter. I think I am going to go to Hardy Warriors, and I'm going to throw in 4 troops here and try to win this. And I'm just going to trigger my Master Stroke right now. Now, unfortunately, it's not looking great for these alliances at the moment. But I do want to get that Solari. Okay, to left here, let's grab this voice. All right, so the reason I did that was because this 6 Solari is pretty juicy for me. I want to get into a high council seat, and also having extra Solari around to trigger my signet ring is nice. And it was an excuse to, I got that water from the previous combat, so it was an excuse to throw in 4 troops as well and just get the Master Stroke out of the way. I don't typically like to do it early, but I just kind of felt like it. Okay, what are we looking at here? We got a diplomacy. Nothing particularly interesting. The guild bankers, actually. I wouldn't mind having that, but don't know if I'll actually get to do it. Unfortunately, I don't have green access right now, which I would like to have. Okay, so I'm going to draw a card is what I'm going to do. There it is. Will I deploy a troop into this? You know, it's not bad. I think I am. Okay, I wanted the dagger because I want to get my High Council seat this turn. So that is now looking good. A lot of Solari building up on these two. Everybody's swimming in Solari here. So I think I have to get my High Council seat now, just to make sure I can get it, because there's a chance one of these two will do it. Now that they can't get... Well, Chewie can still get the Swordmaster. Okay. Ariana here might decide to snipe that High Council seat. Now, again, there's nothing that I'm like terribly dying to have this turn, but I still want to have that just ready to go. So we'll get that done, and that's pretty nice. Turn 2 Swordmaster, turn 3 High Council seat. Pretty happy about that. And then with my final move, we'll see where the diplomacy ends up going. Oh, there's a Gurney. Okay, hopefully I can snag him this turn. That would be beautiful. There's a bit of a temptation to early reveal to get it. But I'm not going to do it. I think there's a pretty good chance I should be able to, you know, these two won't be able to buy it. Well, that move tells me that maybe he will buy it. Huh. That's annoying. Maybe I just do it. I don't like not playing this diplomacy, but I want Gurney. I want Gurney. So we'll just do it. All right, with the remaining two, it's either a liaison or a recruiter. I'm gonna go liaison here, and I'm gonna start looking at Spice Must Flow as soon as I can. Unfortunately, that guild banker is not available, but that's how it goes. It's a pretty, honestly, it's pretty tough. Oh, he didn't even have it. Okay. He bluffed me. Maybe I could have figured that out if I'd like scoured through his discard pile or whatever, but going to that really made me think maybe he had it. Yeah, it's a bit rough not playing the diplomacy. I feel bad about that. Because that one diplomacy play could mean a point that I don't end up getting in the game. You know, all these tracks. Not to mention the thing I would get out of it. All right. I would like an intrigue card here, I think. Okay. All right, what do I want to do here? I have the voice to potentially mess people up. Is anybody... I mean, this is a sword master here. I could mess up the AI player, I guess. Lots of spice sitting around. This would be... Okay, I have to get this. 3 spice for free? And what do I want after that? Maybe it's... Maybe it's Arrakeen. Maybe it's Siege Tabor. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out if I want to use the voice right now and reserve something for myself for my next move. I think I should. Blocking the Swordmaster doesn't really accomplish a lot because there's still another chance to do it. Let's go Tabor. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to hit up Tabor just to get myself a water. And I might as well throw in the troop as well directly. Okay, let's see what we get for an intrigue card here. Oh, that's pretty... That could come in handy. All right, I'm now out of Solari. I'm going to want to get myself some more so that I can continue to get intrigue cards out of my signet ring. This, unfortunately, this alliance isn't going to happen here, I don't think. But, you know, I still want to get that point. I mean, I can get 3 more spice here. I think I might as well. Right? I mean, it's either that or I secure a contract or something. Which, again, it gets me that Solari I was talking about. But let's just get this 3 spice while it's sitting here. And, you know, that makes it so that we're ready for Hayliner when the time comes. I want to get this alliance, right? Having this thing means that, you know, in one move I can grab it. So that's going to be my target. I only have the one card that can take me there. My faction access right now is actually really bad. I think I have the diplomacy, and that's it. All right, let's reveal. I think it's going to be the guild ambassador here. There's some consideration to the shifting allegiances, but I'm going to go with the ambassador. But yeah, like I said, I have terrible faction access right now. All of my deck, all I have is diplomacy. It's not good. What's happening here? Okay. All right, well, that puts me into second, so I don't mind that move. Ooh, okay, Jessica's sitting here. I'm in a good position to get that, being the first player coming up. Also, being the only one with a high council seat at the moment, although 2 people in position to get it. So that's going to be a contested card. The Worm Riders also sitting there would not be bad. Okay. I mean, I'll just take the 2 water. I mean, the 1 water. I'm not going to use this to switch the numbers on that. Okay. So the victory points are not looking great at the moment. What? Okay, here's Gurney. Maybe this was a bad pickup because I don't really have a lot of reason to actually visit the Landsrat spaces. I'm trying to decide if I want to start with the voice or with Gurney. Maybe we'll start with the voice. We'll go here. We'll block off Arrakis, and we will deploy a troop. No. Okay. Maybe I should have held the voice back just for the persuasion and tried to get to Spice Must Flow money here. Yeah. Looking back, I think I wish I'd played the Gurney Halleck first. The reason I did it that way is just so I can make sure to get these 2 spaces, but I don't think it was actually that great of a play. All right, now we're going to hit up Arrakis. Okay. And yeah, we're going to deploy. Everybody. Now for the next play, the Signet Ring doesn't get me an intrigue card this time, and I wouldn't necessarily want one. So I think I'm actually going to play the Guild Ambassador up to Hall of Oratory, which is like, you know, not a great play here, but it at least gets me the bump with the guild. So I'm going to do it because my other plays, as I see it at the moment, are not really that exciting. And this will still leave me with 7 persuasion. And that's going to be that. Basically, I was using the Guild Ambassador as like a faction card. Like I said, I'm very low on faction access here. So I need to get these faction points somehow, and that's a way for me to do it. The persuasion is probably not going to... Oh, no. How did that just happen? What just happened there? Shifting allegiances. Okay. All right. Well, know their ways. Probably not going to come into play. Maybe there's a chance later for me to snipe that away. Could happen. All right. Well, I'm very sad about not being able to get this. The Worm Riders is you know, still not bad. So I'm just gonna burn this now in case I, you know, end up with second, and I don't want to be sitting on 4 intrigue cards. A lot of Bene Gesserit stuff here. I mean, this would be a pseudo faction card, but the only thing is, the only other one I have is the voice. Is it worth doing? I don't think so. Yeah. Okay, well, we're pretty far behind here. Really need to start hitting some Spice Must Flow. And, you know, pretty soon we're going to have to start winning some level 2 conflicts. I do have 6 Spice, nobody else does, so I'm ready for a Hayliner. Ooh, that would be very helpful to my interests. But I'm going last next turn, which means if I want it, I'm probably going to have to early reveal for it. The good news at least is the signet ring was just used over here. So it's not going to be coming up again next time. In terms of Helena being able to use this manipulate ability to swipe that, or at least take it off the board, that should not be available. So it should just come down to who has the means and the desire to snag it, and how soon does someone want to grab it. We'll pass. All right, there's a victory point, which I'm happy to get. Control over Carthag also is not going to be a bad thing. Just to get a little Solari here or there to power up the Signet Ring for more intrigue cards could make a pretty big difference. Spice really building up here. And here's some more spice available. All right, we're sitting on a whole bunch of persuasion this time. Oof. Okay, there's my diplomacy. My one and only little diplomacy. Where is it going to go? That's kind of where I would have liked it to go. Is there an argument for doing Hayliner now? I mean, I would get 3 of the spice back. I don't think I can justify that. I want to be sitting on 6 for next turn, but next turn, I'm probably not going to have my diplomacy. Do I want to try to fight for this? That gets me 2 water. Or do I start working on this point and get another intrigue card? I think I'll do it that way. Okay. Something I just thought of now, which I wish I'd thought of a second ago, is if I had gone to the Freeman space and then I get the Chom shares or the Chom directorship, that would steal the alliance, which, you know, that would have been pretty good. But I just kind of forgot about that Chom directorship there for a moment. Okay. The question now is, do I early reveal for this? I really wish I'd made that move. Oh, man. You know, but who knows? Who knows what Chewy Hams would have done? Do I early reveal or do I go up to Hall of Oratory? I would like to get another troop. It's a bit of a risk, but I am going to risk it. I feel like if I'm going to win this, I'm going to have to kind of come out on top on some chancy plays at this point. And so playing it safe to make sure I get this, but losing, even though it's just one troop, that one troop might be decisive in terms of winning a combat that I really need to win. And so, if I got blocked out of this, that would be bad news. But I feel like I'm in a position where I can't be taking incrementally safe bets. I'm kind of try to max out on whatever chances I do have. All right, well, that's going to be a pretty nice free win for Ilbon here. Man, oh man. But I am going to early reveal now. So I'm not going to play my last agent. I'm just going to reveal, get the Chom directorship. And man, I wish I'd made that play to steal that alliance. But I didn't. And I might still be able to steal it. One remaining, there's nothing there. I might still be able to steal it, but it's going to be pretty tough to do. Is that the alliance here? My goodness, 3 alliances here for Helena. That's pretty rough. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to be getting that. Still haven't gotten a Spice Must Flow, despite getting that really early High Council seat. A little bit disappointing. That Chom directorship was huge, though. It got me the point with the Bene Gesserit. It got me the point with the Emperor. It's getting me closer to the alliance with the Guild. It got me a water here. Although it's, I'm not going to end up stealing that alliance, probably. Helena is really dominating this game. Okay, so I kind of have to get... It's Battle for Carthage. Okay, at least I get the defensive bonus here. But I'm probably not going to be able to hit up the Hayliner, unfortunately. No. I think Research Station might be a good play for me here. I'm going to want to play this turn if I can to get the alliance with the Guild. But I want to get some cards. Okay, that's... The Worm Riders could be big here. It didn't get me access to Hayliner, though, unfortunately. It also didn't get me my Freeman Camp. So it's going to be kind of hard for me to win this. maybe that can get me over the top. Probably not, though. So I'm not sure how hard I should go in here versus hanging on for next turn. At the moment, Ilbon is winning, which is like not the worst. Yeah, I think I'm just going to sit on that. I mean, maybe it would be worth burning the private army here. I want to save my spice, I guess, is what I'm thinking. But if this spice stays open, I might go in there. Okay. Want to leave myself spice must flow money. Okay, now the tricky thing here is maybe I just burn this infiltrate in order to get a different intrigue card. Who's gonna get the spice? Chewie's gonna get the spice. Not great. But if I can win this, that would be big. And I need that 2 spice to be able to free me up to spend this 2 spice. So, yeah. Secrets is open, which means I have to get rid of one of these if I'm going to do it. So, it's kind of a goofy play, but... Okay. And let's put in 2 troops here. Basically, I just feel like the infiltrate, you know, I'm looking for something better. So I thought it was worth trading that in. End turn here. You know, was it the best? I don't know. The infiltrate, you know, can be very clutch, right? But I'm looking for something that's going to be like guaranteed value. All right, and now it's going to be the guild ambassador up to the Hall of Oratory once again to get that alliance. You know, there is a chance that I actually win this round. We'll see how it goes. That's a... Yeah, getting to 9. Okay. Well... Okay, we might both get to 10 points here, potentially. I do have the spice tiebreaker at the moment. This could come down to the wire here. I'm feeling pretty good. With the Worm Riders, I'm at 10 combat strength here. And then I have 8 more I can throw in. At the start of your turn. Okay, so this is my reveal turn. So I could do this if I wanted to, but I have no reason to right now. Other than... no. No, I'm not going to end up with too many intrigue cards no matter what happens here. So let's reveal. We'll get a Spice Must Flow. That is that. And hopefully we could win this conflict and win the game. Okay, there's a Spice Must Flow from Helena. Two intrigue cards here. We'll see what it is. I mean, she could have Imperial Armadas or whatever. Or Allied Armada, right? With all those alliances, which would give a lot of points. Potentially endgame intrigue cards. Well, yeah. So we'll see. Okay. Ilbon, you got anything? No? Okay, so I get the 2 points here. I have the Spice tiebreaker, so it's going to come down to endgame intrigues if anybody has any. I know I don't. Okay, Ilbon has plans within plans. Well, I'm glad that he has it and not Helena. And he has Corner of the Market. Okay, thank you, Ilbon, for taking those cards out of the hands of my greater enemy, Helena Riches. All right, great. Victory for the Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Allied with the Emperor and the Spacing Guild, or the secret manipulation ability, whatever. So I did end up with the Spacing Guild Alliance. Came nowhere close with the Emperor, but it worked out. Okay. Very good. Yeah, that was at the start of round 7, I wasn't really thinking about that the game actually would end that turn. But as things went on, I was like, wait a minute, I can get 2 points here, I can get 1 point here, I can get 1 point here. And then Helena coming up with the 10 victory points as well. Made it pretty interesting, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that game went. Early Swordmaster, early High Council seat, which I feel like the early High Council seat didn't really pay off in any super exciting way. I did get that early Gurney Halleck, but I had to kind of early reveal for it, so that wasn't the best. And I only got to play the Gurney once in the whole game. Anyway, it worked out. Let's get into another game. Password. Okay. Right. Is there an advertisement for that? No. Okay, then I guess I shall create a game. Let's go standard leader selection here. A lot of async games up here. I haven't tried this yet. I'm not exactly sure how well this mode works. Apparently, you can use it in a way where if you just don't want a timer, basically, like you don't have to play asynchronously. You can actually play your game together just with no timer, which is nice. But I haven't tried it, so I can't confirm that it actually works that way for sure. Okay, we've almost got a full game here. Here we go. All right, Leto, Atreides, or Helena Riches. Who have I played more recently? I think I've played Helena more recently, although I'm not too sure. Let's go Leto. Let's take a look at the Imperium row here. Chris Knife, Arrakis Recruiter, Guild Ambassador, Smuggler's Thopter, Imperial Spy. Okay. I think being able to see the leader they pick here is a recent addition. Hey, Angel of Death 590. Thank you very much for the follow. Nice to see you. All right, yeah, it's gonna be Atreides versus the Harkonnens over here. Let's do it. I am the last player. Okay, diplomacy and seek allies both in my hand here. I'm gonna want to play one, if not both, honestly. Probably gonna try to play both if I can. There's nothing I'm like mega excited to get over here on the Imperium row. This ambassador worked out for me last game. Teams up with the smugglers pretty nicely. Okay. I don't think I want to do a Hardy Warriors here. Maybe an early fold space wouldn't be too bad. I'm just sort of traumatized by having so little faction access in my last game. It ended up working out okay, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I went with the Seek Allies first here, um, leaving myself the option of sitting on 3 Persuasion. So there is one 3 Persuasion card here, which I wouldn't mind getting. But also, I am the last to reveal here, so the Imperium row could change quite a bit. So just having a bit more flexibility with the extra Persuasion. In the event that I don't play the Diplomacy, I might still just play it. Though the secure contract would be nice to get some Solari going. I'm not considering an early reveal for either of these cards. I don't think it's super worth it. I mean, this guy is actually, he would be good to get early for me because, you know, as Leto, these diplomatic spaces are sort of more attractive. And the earlier you get them, the more, you know, guild influence or spice you can get. So I'm sort of talking myself into it here, but I don't think I'm going to do it. It's a bit of a strange situation here. If I don't get this Solari now, I won't be able to get it. Well, I could get it next turn with the Signet Ring, potentially. But you know what? I'm gonna go the diplomatic route here, and just try to play those cards as much as I can. In contrast with the last game, I don't really love it. You know, I think getting early Solari is pretty important. It's gonna set me behind. You know, I don't really think it was the greatest of moves, but you know, try it and see. All right, let's see what happens to this Imperium row. Yep, there goes the Guild Ambassador. Lots of guild-related cards coming up here today. Power play, eh? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chris knife. I'm going in on this idea of I want more faction access. And the Chris knife also can get me a bit of Solari, which is something, like I said, I'm gonna want. Okay. But I don't have any way to trigger the Freeman Bond on it yet, so that's something I have to keep in mind. Okay. Two daggers tempts me to try to win this. Okay, Baron going for this here. Well, I probably can't... Well, if I go to Carthag, it blocks off... Yeah, I mean, there are other spaces on the board that can be visited. If I go to Carthag, throw in 3 troops, I have this to potentially also win that. It's going to be tough because the Baron can probably pretty easily throw in the other 2. Second place would get me a bit of Solari too, which wouldn't be the worst. Is it worth doing that versus just going up to secure contract? I might end up sending a dagger up to Hall of Oratory also to try to get that power play. So, you know what? We're just going to get the Solari. Or I go Spice. No. I was considering getting the 2 Spice here so I could trigger that Signet Ring. I get that influence there. Going with the theme of like all influence all the time. But no. I mean, it is tempting. You know, I do want to have Spice to be able to use that Signet Ring. You know, it's a really nice ability to be able to catch up to people on the influence track, but I don't want to put off this Swordmaster forever. Water Peddlers Union. Okay. Okay, so by doing that in 2 stages like that, he doesn't trigger his Master Stroke. Power play is my target here. If for some reason it isn't there, this also would be a pretty decent card for me to get. All right, well, I'm glad I didn't go too hard on that. I honestly was very tempted by that. I don't think it's worth giving up the power play, but it's good faction access. Another Freeman card. terrible purpose. Power play and diplomacy. So I could theoretically go up 3 influence with a single faction this turn. Yeah, that was some juicy spice. Here's some spice too. I mean, I would like to get some. I would like to get some. Maybe I should do that. I really want to get this Swordmaster though. Well, yeah, because I can't get the spice and sell Melange this turn, unfortunately. Maybe I go wealth and secure contract. That might be the play. The question is, do I want to use the power play on the wealth right now? So I'm kind of being maybe pointlessly sneaky there. I'm just thinking maybe hold the power play back a little bit, let people kind of forget about it, and surprise somebody with it at some point. There's like, I don't need this here right now, and I'm not exactly sure where this would be best used. Possibly down here to get me that. Although thinking about it now, the issue is the power play doesn't have any persuasion. So there's a bunch of 4-cost cards here. I'm kind of taking myself out of the running there. Although, yeah, I think that was a mistake there, just for that aspect of it. I was thinking too much about, when and where do I want that bonus influence. But what I needed to be thinking of is my persuasion, because there are some nice 4-costers here. Sorry, forget about the 4-costers. I'm gonna use this Dune. So it's about whether I'm gonna have 2 or 3 left over. Maybe it's not gonna matter that much. Yeah, maybe it's not gonna matter. I could get a high council seat right now if I really wanted to, but I don't. Okay, set up for a Swordmaster next turn. I have 3 chances at it, which means I'm guaranteed to draw at least one of those next turn. And with my 2 persuasion, I think it has to be the Arrakis Liaison, just to give myself a chance of triggering my Freeman Bond with my Chris Knife. If that ever comes up. really need to get my hands on some spice because this signet ring of mine is kind of going to waste. Let's do it that way. I've turned down some spice a couple turns in a row. You know, in favor of picking up Solari so that I can get a Swordmaster. So that's the choice that I've made. It just feels bad to miss my first signet ring and to probably miss the second one as well. We'll see. Peter DeVries showing up here. Another person has left the game. So that's 2 games in a row now where somebody just isn't there. I have heard that this is becoming more common. I've noticed it now. In my last few games, there's been at least one person. Well, I shouldn't say at least. I don't think I've seen more than one person do it, but I think in my last 3 games I've played, somebody has quit. Which is, you know, it's pretty cheesy, honestly. Okay, what are we looking at here? Wow. Well, I think I want to use the Chris knife. I want to get the Swordmaster. Maybe, no, I'm not going to get locked out of it here. So there's no hurry on that. So am I going to waste this signet ring again? Man, that sucks. Maybe I can figure out a way to use it. Anyway, I'm going to do this. And let's throw in a couple of troops here. The next play is Swordmaster, and then the play after that, if I can, will be Signet Ring to one of these 2 spaces to trigger it, bumping myself up here, probably with the Freeman. Which unfortunately will leave me with like 1 persuasion, but you know, the other option is like using the fold space for some reason, which, yeah, maybe I should consider that. I could use the fold space to get the Swordmaster rather than using the dagger. Just if I want to keep that one little sword around to, bolster my chances in this conflict. But I don't think so. So let's do it with the dagger. And we'll leave it there. Using the fold space there would draw me a card. Huh. Okay, the question is, where do I want to get an influence? If I really want this Freeman influence, then I need to use the Signet Ring to do it. And there's a decent chance of surpassing there. I still have the power play. There is the Chris Knife as well, which could potentially do it. Or I use fold space and just get another fold space, or go to wealth. I think wealth would be the play there. That opens up High Council next turn. I will draw a card. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay, and now I'm at 4 persuasion. Unfortunately, that firm grip is kind of what I was looking at with the 4 persuasion, and it's gone. The Baron's sitting on 3 intrigue cards here. Okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to do with my 4 persuasion? I could get 2 Arrakis liaisons to increase my chances of getting the Chris Knife trigger, which is not that big of a deal, but it could matter. Also, just getting the persuasion is nice. It's either that or a guild administrator could be reasonable. Give me a little more guild access. That is my theme this game, was more faction access. I'm not really considering either of these. Okay, going with the theme of faction access, I will take 1 administrator, see what pops up, take a liaison. Little bit sad about that firm grip because I was kind of going towards this Emperor alliance. As well as the ability to, get more faction bumps with the card itself. Ooh, Peter DeVries snapped up here. Okay, a lot of sort of samey cards showing up in the Imperium row here. I'm not super convinced that this administrator was the right play, but as I said, it was kind of a thematic decision. Do I want to do that just to get that mentat? I don't really care too much about that, honestly. Okay, the Baron now sitting on 4 intrigue cards. He has to hope that Ariana doesn't hit up secrets. Cloak and Dagger. What did I get? Tiebreaker. Okay. Okay. And secrets was hit. Take that, Baron. I was kind of eyeing that. Failing that, I'm probably going to try to go to Imperial Basin with this Dune and then see if I can use the Administrator to then trash that Dune. Wow. Okay. Hayliner right now. I was just thinking about how it's starting to get into Hayliner territory and looking at the spice stockpiles. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there is time for him to build it back up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw in a troop here. Because an intrigue card and or a spice would be pretty good if I can get it for 1 troop. I will be picking up the High Council seat here. There's nothing great to get with it, but I'm thinking about if it's even worth doing that versus getting rallied troops. I will do it though, just because you know it may matter. So, but I'm not going to do it yet. Actually, I'm going to do this. Get rid of this. What? Why is that in the play area? Oh, that's the discard pile. Okay. Weird. All right, let's get rid of this Dune the Desert planet. Whoa. Whoa. How did that happen? Duncan, Idaho. Okay. Okay, I mean, you two fight over this. Go for it. That's great. Okay, I'm keeping my eye out for power play targets, right? I still have this power play that I didn't use earlier in order to give myself a little bit more flexibility as to where it might matter most. This would kind of be a funny one. To snag that away. Okay, well, looks like that's just going to be taken right now. Okay. So yeah, no like super juicy targets for it now that that happened. You know, if I send it up to the Emperor, that would get me the Alliance immediately. This jumps me ahead. This jumps me even. Okay. Okay. Let's get that High Council seat. It looks like I'm going to end up with third place here, which is kind of all I was expecting to get. And like I said, one troop for either a spice or an intrigue card is okay with me. And at this point, I think I'm leaning towards the spice, so that I have an opportunity to get to 6 before round 7 happens, leaving me the option of hitting up Hayliner. All right. 4 persuasione, as they say. 4. Is there a chance for that spice smuggler to matter here? It's possible, but I don't really think I'm going to have the spice to throw away there. I think I'm just going to do it that way. I'm going to get 2 Arrakis liaisons. I'm going to just pound my deck up with those guys. And, you know, hopefully they end up getting me a spice must flow. Maybe they trigger with my Chris knife, get me, you know, some Freeman points there. Yeah, I think that's all I can do, really. I mean, it's not all I can do. I had a lot of options there, but that's what I decided to do. Sitting on the 2/2/2 resource board here. Okay. Pretty weird play by the AI opponent here. Doesn't make a lot of sense when you're about to win that. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything here. Okay, so Normally, ooh, look at the intrigue cards piling up on the beast. Maybe that was the play. It was a you know, really high level strategic play there to load the beast up with intrigue cards so that they're ripe for stealing. Maybe that was the move. Okay, well, I hope I get my power play so I can snag that before it's gone. Like I said, I am going to take the spice. Normally, I would prefer an intrigue card over one spice. The value you get here is typically quite a bit higher. But as I said, I'm going to try to build up to 6 spice in time for round 7. And also having a little bit of extra spice for my signet ring would not hurt. So that's the call. I have the power play. I have the Chris knife, unfortunately, without any of my friendly liaisons to trigger on the reveal. So this is probably going up to wealth to grab me that alliance. Honestly, secrets is really tempting here. That would be a steal of 2 intrigue cards. But then I would be sitting on 4, but secrets would have already been taken. I think I have to do that. if the beast here is still sitting on that many intrigue cards and secrets is open when my turn comes around, I don't think I can resist. Okay, here's the Master Stroke. Bene Gesserit and Emperor. Okay. I don't really want to do it, you know? Like, I want to send my power play. Okay, there's one played. Can he burn another one? Yeah, okay. So I'm not as desperate to do it just to steal 1 from the AI player. Yeah, I think that can wait. And I think I'll just make sure I get this now. They're both going in hard for this. I want this spice. There's so many things to want in this game, and you just can't get them all. I want this. I want this. What are the odds of the beast having an Imperial access card versus the odds of having access to the Great Flat? At least the diplomacy is gone. Problem is, I'm not going to have access to... Well, I might. Alright, I'm getting this spice. And I'm not deploying any troops. Yeah, some tricky decisions there, but I'm kind of, I really want that spice, right? Especially 4 spice is really nice because it leaves me 6 for the Hayliner. I stole it back. And 1 the intrigue card madness here. Jeez. 6/4 Hayliner and 1 for my signet ring. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to access Hayliner next turn. So, in a sense, there wasn't a lot of urgency there, but I might. I've got 2 cards I could draw next turn. It's unlikely, but I want to be ready. And it looks like I still get to do this. Yeah, I think I better do it. It's just that I would rather take an alliance away from blue than from yellow. But there's no guarantee I'll be able to do that. So I think I'll just do this. It sets me up for some troops for the upcoming big conflicts. It blocks the alliance from yellow, who I think picked up the firm grip way back when. I'm not sure about that. Convincing argument to hardy warriors. Okay. They are really fighting over this. The Harkonnens going at it for Arrakis. Okay. Next. I guess it's fold space. I mean, I don't have a ton of choices here. I think that's the one. Yeah, what are you gonna do? They have a lot of intrigue cards over here. A lot of intrigue cards to potentially influence this conflict. Okay. Really? Just one with that? Sort of strange, I feel. Okay. Do I want any of this? How much do I want to clog up my deck with recruiters here? I mean, I need to be getting spices which must flow, but I don't know. I mean, I say clog up my deck, but what am I clogging? I have no good cards, so I might as well just get persuasion, I guess. Yeah, I've got no good cards, man. This has been a pretty sad game for deck building. I'm thinking right now about where I'm going to want to get my faction bump with my Signet Ring ability. So my options are any of these three. I'm behind on Guild, on Bene Gesserit, and on Freeman, so I could choose any one of those. Choosing the Guild could let me steal that alliance, potentially. Okay, the Beast ends up coming out on top. Which is, I think, good news for me. I don't want the Baron getting to 8 points. Okay, Grand Vision. That's good. Okay, I did not get any of my faction access cards, so the Hayliner is out of bounds for the moment. Arrakeen could change that for me. There's also a potential for Mentat. Who's going to get the Solari? Yellow. Not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to do Arrakeen here. Let's draw the card first, see what we get. A convincing argument. Okay. Maybe just opening up Siege Tabor is the play here. I'd love people to steal that. I'm just not sure that I'll get the chance to do it. But you know what? I'm going to try. And we're going to deploy troops. Okay, I'm a little bit sad about the Mentat going away. That is something that I would have liked to have been able to get. Secrets, man. These secrets are just flying around this game. I don't know how secret... Well, they're secret from me, but I'm not sure how secret they are from each other at this point. Look at the intrigue cards. What in the... Jesus. Yeah, so, you know, I opted not to get an immediate point with either of these two factions, which is, you know, somewhat risky. I also... Going here would have allowed me to open up Siege Tabor, which would have been pretty good. Given the current situation, I think it might be Rally Troops. Rally Troops and then just a reveal for A Spice Must Flow, I think is probably the play here. I could go to Carthag. Get another intrigue card. let's just do it this way. More intrigue cards. Look at this madness. That's the most intrigue cards I've ever seen anybody have. 7 intrigue cards. That is crazy, man. It's going to be pretty hard to navigate that. I mean, the Baron could like win this conflict with just 1 troop in pretty handily, I feel, with all of that. Okay, didn't put a troop in, so that tells me, I think that tells me there aren't a lot of combat cards there. Yes, I want to reveal because I need spice must flow. All right, if I manage to win this, those 2 influence points I'm planning to put here to grab that alliance away and lock it up. Although I do need to consider whether that is necessary, because there's a good chance that I'll be hitting up the Hayliner this coming turn, and I will be the first player. So that could get me the alliance by itself, actually. It leaves it open to being taken back. But in terms of efficiency, maybe I'm better off putting this somewhere else. Maybe the Freeman, because there's a chance I could steal that one too with the Chris Knife play. Maybe, boy, how many intrigue cards is this guy gonna play this turn? Or maybe, okay, maybe it's the AI player here I'm gonna have to worry about. How many troops are going in? Okay, yeah, this 4 is a pretty high number when you're sitting on 6 intrigues. If the Baron wins this, then that play was, you know, wasted, but I may look back with a little bit of regret that I went to rally troops instead of Carthag when I had the chance. That would have let me put in 1 more troop, have another intrigue card at my disposal. At the time, I wasn't really taking into account how many intrigues the Baron had or could have. That should not say pass. This player did not pass. This player played an intrigue card, which is not passing. Do I want to get in on this here? Private army? Oh my god. Okay. Around and around we go. I mean, I might as well. Okay, the Baron's done. That's good news for me. You got another one, Beast? Yes. Ah. Crap. And unfortunately, this measly little 2 won't do it. Okay, well, that's disappointing, because that means I'm probably going to lose this alliance here. So that is pretty sad, but there's nothing I can do about it. Did that not register? Here we go. Bummer. Yep, that one extra little troop from going to Carthage instead could have made a big difference there. All right, well, you take your chances. That one did not work out for me. Take your Emperor Alliance. Go ahead. Go ahead and take it. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, battle for Carthage. Here we go. What did I get with the bypass protocol? It's not too exciting. All right, well, it's time for a Hayliner. I don't necessarily have to do it immediately because nobody else has enough spice to do it. But if I don't, the Baron could even go to like fold space and take that, or, you know, confirm that for himself. So let's just go ahead and do it. Again, I don't get to trigger the Chris Knife combo. Okay. Okay, still want to trash a card. Let's just get rid of that. All right. Oh, the secrets. Do I try to get this back? It's going to be hard to do because, yeah, I mean, there is a chance. I'm not sure how many faction access cards the Beast has here. So there's a chance I could take that alliance back next turn. I think I have to try. The Solari is not something I'm going for here. Yeah, I think I have to. I think I have to try. And then next turn, Chris Knife will go to one of these two spots. It's possible I didn't need to throw in all of those troops. I probably didn't, honestly, but partly I was traumatized from last turn by, like, you know, not putting in as many troops as I potentially could have. Partly I was running out of time, and so I just needed to load in. And I really want to make sure I win, obviously. There are still a fair number of intrigue cards kicking around here. But yeah, with that brutality, the beast actually could put up a fight here. He could put in all 5 of those. Okay. Do I need to go Hardy Warriors and really make sure, or is that enough? 6 intrigue cards here. Potentially, you know, 2 more troops going in. Somebody else could go to Hardy Warriors. I would prefer not to spend that water here. But Beast has 1 card, potentially putting in more troops still. I do have the 2 daggers. I think I better do this. I don't like it because I really like to have research station water available next turn. But we're going to do it, and I'm going to put in 2 troops here just to just to try to make sure. Again, I don't think it's super necessary, but I'm just a little bit nervous still. There's a lot of intrigue cards flying around. There's still some troops around. I don't know exactly what kind of cards people have in their deck for adding swords. It's, you know, I haven't been keeping track of that. It's pretty tough to keep track of what cards everyone is adding to their decks, especially when I'm, you know, talking through everything at the same time. There is a way to just look here and see what people... What's this? This is the cards acquired, I think. So you can kind of keep track here, but it's... Things move pretty quick. I mean, this really should be enough. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So that might be a lost cause, depending on what the Baron draws next turn. I've got pretty junky reveal. I mean, I'll take the liaison if it ever gets to that point. Maybe buying a Spice Must Flow could be the deal breaker. There's no point in doing that. All right, I'd say it looks pretty good for me getting these 2 points and control of Carthag. Spice Must Flow. Dangerous. Very dangerous when this is probably going to be stolen next round. Okay, Baron, what you got with that? Going to 8? Okay, just to get rid of the intrigue card, I guess? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So, overkill here, which, I mean, it's one of the interesting things about the game, right? Is like how much do you try to just be super efficient with your troops versus how much do you want to kind of make sure you get something? And in the last round, I was trying to be efficient, and it cost me. I mean, it wasn't just a matter of like not putting in a troop. I made a decision about which space to visit, right? I went to the rally troops to set myself up for the future rather than trying to, you know, increase the chances of my winning that fight that I was actually on. Okay. This is going to be pretty rough here. This is going to be pretty rough with the beast. I have to win this, which means I have to go to... I have too many things I have to do. I have to steal this alliance. I have to get Spice, and I have to go to Hayliner. Now, technically, maybe I can do that. What's my last card? No. It's going to be hard to do because I don't have the cards to actually do all those things, even if I somehow am given the opportunity to visit those spaces. We'll see what the beast does here. Okay, I don't have the water to get this Spice, by the way. That was the other decision I made last turn, right? I went to Hardy Warriors, not so much because I wanted to put more troops in, but mostly because I wanted to stop somebody else from being able to get in there and potentially overtake me. But now that I'm short that water, I can't visit this Spice to get me up to what I want in terms of being able to visit Hayliner this turn. I think I have to take that point while I can. Yeah, I have to do that. The Solari is no good to me, but I need that point. Okay, another Arrakis liaison. Well, I did fill my deck with them. I'm on Spice Must Flow. This fold space. We'll see. Yeah. Okay, the Ray Flat is gone. We'll see what's available when my turn comes around. But I think if I can, I'm going to hit up Secrets. Because that'll get me to 10 points. It'll also get me 2 Intrigue cards. I have the Spice Must Flow money. Okay, he's going to go to Secrets, right? Or no, maybe he wants the point down here. Yeah, Hardy Warriors. Okay, so if he's able to win this, I mean, it's pretty much game. There's a point. There's 2 more points potentially. Oh, I cannot fight this. So I need to get to 11 points and hope that my tiebreaker will come in to save me, I think is all I can do. I need to go to secrets, get that point. So let's just do it. I think I'll... Well, let me draw my card. What do I get? Yep. Okay. I'm just going to burn this to get it out of my hand, I think. It's potentially interesting. I'm going to hang on to that for a second. But just in case somebody has a way to go to secrets... you know, whatever. We'll just get that out of there. Maybe I can mess things up with that double cross. And, like, if I can't win it, maybe the Baron can. Hopefully the Baron doesn't steal my point here. I mean, that could easily happen as well. No? Okay. So when it comes around, I'm going to use the Bindu suspension to draw a card. Hopefully get guild access, I guess, to lock that up. Although I guess I don't need to. The Baron didn't do it. So that threat has kind of passed. Ooh, Chome shares. Yeah, we'll just see what I draw, because none of these cards are useful at the moment. Well, there is Mentat. Mentat could be good. Okay, what just happened? How did he get that? Spice must flow. Right. Okay, so now if he wins this, then it's over. Okay, let's use this. Right. No, I'm not going to pass my turn. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I got too many of these guys. That's possible. We'll go to Mentax. I've got nothing else to do. Okay. Does that help me anywhere? No, sadly. Baron, I really kind of wanted you to have a bit more strength here because I'm going to be bumping down the beast's strength. Don't know if it's going to be enough. Okay, is there anything useful that I can do here? I mean, throw in a couple of troops for some reason. I suppose maybe I get an intrigue card that's like an endgame card that helps me. I think that's all I can do. I am going to double cross as well, but I can wait on that. I don't think there's any point actually in using this. Going up here with the Freeman doesn't help. Going up here with the Bene Gesserit doesn't help. And I can't go up here. So there's not really any reason. The game is over this turn, so I don't know. The more spice, the better, I guess. Okay. Well, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Baron, come on, man. No? Oh, boy. What does the beast have? Because we're going to tie it up here. What is he thinking about? What is he thinking about right now? He's in the lead, so he should just pass, I feel. Pass equals win from the current standpoint. So I'm not sure what exactly is being pondered here. Okay. Well, I have to try this. And let's see if he has a combat intrigue card. If he does, I lose. If he doesn't, I think I win. Okay. Now, it could be an endgame intrigue card. And, you know, we're all drawing intrigue cards here, so this could still change things. I've got more spice for the tiebreaker. Let me just see if I can get... Oh, choose two. Right, okay, so it's those two for sure. No. Did he hit? Ah! Okay, that's the Baron corner of the market. What does that do for him? And plans within plans. Does he have it? He has 1 point out of it, right? Okay. Whew! That was tight. That was really tight. Okay, the Duke Leto Atreides manages to come out on top, defeating the evil Harkonnens and the artificial... it's kind of funny this person was called non-binary because it was an AI player, which is a binary player in that sense. All right, that's 2 wins. Got a victory with the Baron, got a victory with the Duke. Feels pretty good. Both games were interesting, both quite different. First game, very lacking in faction access, but got a lot of early, got the early High Council seat, got the early Swordmaster. And the second game, a lot of faction access, and kind of was behind a lot of the game. Similar in the sense that in both games, the early turns, I was just kind of preparing for the later turns, right? So each time I kind of made sure I had my 6 spice ready to go for round 7, and it worked out both times. Great. Excellent. Well, that's going to do it. Thank you very much for tuning in here live on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks very much for watching. You can follow or subscribe here. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.